Now live. I'm allowed to go live here. Yay. Okay. So I'm just going to first and foremost add that post and then pin. And then, hello, thank you so much for joining me. I got blocked over on my other account, so I am running a little behind. I'm so sorry. Please check the pinned comment as you're coming in. I'm really excited to be having this second session with you all. I'm just inviting some people from that I know, well, they followed my account today, the new, like the account that this was supposed to be on. And anyways, thank you for jumping on. This is a live mini readings. I just posted and pinned a comment, so please check it out. And I will be with you as soon as I can. Beautiful. I think that's enough. Hopefully we get a lot of people come on today. 3. I had a feeling I would have 3 people on the live today. Hi Rach, how you doing? Hey Kim, thanks for jumping on. Creative Soul, nice of you to join. Rachel says, I don't know what to ask, but it's relationship related. That's okay. Just have a think on it. And if you girls could share this to a bunch of your inboxes for me, that would be amazing, because I have like not very many followers on here compared to my other account. So K-Rock, hey, nice of you to join. Thank you, my love. Free mini readings. I just posted a picture to my stories. You're so welcome, Creative Soul. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I just posted, I went to go live on Alchemy with Amanda, my other account, my business account, you know, business. Anyways, I did the thing and I set it all up and I waited until it went 21:21, and it came up telling me that my account has been blocked because I have gone against community guidelines. Claudine, Jane, lovely of you to join. Thank you. So it is free mini reads tonight for the hour. So we started at 9:25. So I'll be going for the full hour. So I hope that you girls can inbox your friends to see who wants to jump on. And please use the question box. I know there's only 4 of you on here, but once everybody starts chatting, last week I was having difficulty in scrolling back up to see people's questions. Nicole, lovely of you to join. So yeah, it's been really intense energies. If you want me to just like give you a little spiel on the astrology and whatnot, and a little bit of a personal journey share as well, while we wait for more people to join and maybe for your questions to fall in that you want to ask. So basically, I've been, the last 6 to 8 months, I've been doing a lot of light language activations, working with new guides of the 8th dimension, they're teaching me light language. And I have another friend who does light language activations and healings and clearings for the collective. He did this one that when I did it for the first time, I heard I've got to do it for 13 days. I was like, all right, cool, no worries. So on day 5, I sat off 5, 4, 5, 6, something like that. I sat down to do it. And I felt really good after it, but I was like, I'm going to need a nap for integration. And so I came back into my space, my studio. Thank you for tagging your friends, Rachel. I really appreciate it. I hope they can join us. Anyways, I went for this nap, right? And 24 hours earlier, I'd done a live for everybody as a PSA of Pisces season, being like, this is dredging season, family. Like, you know, you already know which path you want to go on, even if you don't know how to get there, you know, on both of my accounts. So if you want to go back and check that out later, you can. Anyway, so within 24 hours, I'm dredging and I'm like, oh my God, did I jinx myself or what? I went for a nap and I had, as soon as I closed my eyes, I was in another realm and the astral was just so vivid. But anyways, on the tail end of this dream, I had a trauma reemerge from 6 years ago that I had buried so deeply in my consciousness, I had completely made myself forget. And so, hi Binks, lovely of you to join, babe. So I have been for the last, what date are we on now? The 6th. The 7th is going to be amazing, everyone, just so that you know. We got Mars and Venus conjunct. They're going to ingress Aquarius. This is why, like, today's been one of the first days I've been able to work. Like, I sat on the computer and worked all day today and studied and did research and prepared myself to go back onto High Vibe TV again, even though I've been so it's like staccato. It's like I come back, and then I come back, and then I disappear for a little while, and then I come back. First only, thank you. Oh, 1TS only, thank you for joining. Doing live mini reads, so please drop your questions in the question box. And for those of you who have just joined live, please share this to your friends via your DMs and such, because Binks' birthday tomorrow. Woohoo! Happy B-Day, baby! Sister. Brand new fucking beginnings, baby. Don't even stress about it. Don't even stress about it. I'm not going to out your age, but it's the new 20. So forget about it. Forget about it, mate. Forget about it. Yeah? I'm right there with you, honey. And the good thing is we don't look it, so it doesn't matter. Fuck all, y'all. Hey, nice of you to join. Bink says that's me doing the disappearing act. Thank you all so much for tagging your friends. So, just to digress a little bit, I had this trauma come up from 6 years ago. It's pretty vile. I don't know if I'm going to share it ever. Part of me wants to. The other part of me is like, I don't know if I'm ready or whether it's needed. So anyways, 6 years ago, this thing re-arose, and I called a crisis helpline because that's like the depth of the gravity of the situation. And then I had myself do ritual bath healing. It's time for reverse aging. Don't disappear. Exactly right. I totally agree with you, creative soul. I think it was 2 years ago. I'm like, I'm going to stop spelling myself by being like, oh, I'm so old now. Like, I'm X amount of age now. Like, that's birthday. That's indoctrination and programming, like, to ruin the fact that we're immortal. Like, you know, take away the fact that our souls are immortal and make us age and decay and die on some stupid linear timeline, which is a complete fucking illusion. So, yes, creative soul. You're safe to share. We love you. Thank you, creative soul. I know, but just the reason why I'm not, yeah, it's not because of any blockages or I'm worried about triggering people or anything like that. It's just that I feel like the guidance I've got so far is like, you will one day, but not just yet, you know? So I feel I've done 2 ritual ceremonial healing baths. I made my own rattle. Do you want to see? It's really quite funny. I don't have a shamanic rattle. I'm not that young, Rachel, but thank you. I don't have a shamanic rattle or a drum, but I journey a lot. And anyways, I felt like I needed to dissipate the energies that had come up from this trauma. So I made myself a rattle, girls, like with rice and lentils. In like a little takeaway thing. And that noise will dissipate the energy in your aura and help you release the trauma, yeah? It's the same when we sing or howl, like I'm a wolf, so I howl a lot. So this is about you guys and questions. So I hope fuck all y'all's back still on here because I really love that handle and I'd love to hear from them. And so, yeah, I've done 2 out of 3. I wanted to do 3. However, when I was preparing to do the 3rd bath and ritual, because I heal in the water the easiest, and I find it's easier for me to release. I connected in with Isis and she helped me a lot through it. It was really beautiful. Kali came in. There was a lot of wrath that I was dealing with. So I had to have Kali hold that for me. Kali Ma, love you, sister. So it was really intense. And I didn't share with a friend until a day or so later. And they were amazing. So anyways, it's been a dredging week. However, we are this week from the 7th onwards, we're coming into this really beautiful energy. We are resetting timelines astrologically right now, okay? Like, this isn't fluff and woo and like, just think positive. You know, it's not even alchemy. It's fact. It's astrological fact. We're restarting timelines with these transits that are happening through Pisces right now, okay? So if you want to find out more about that, please subscribe to High Vibe TV because I'm about to record a video after this one for all of the research that I was doing today, excuse me, to share. So Rachel just says, okay, so my relationship has just been shit the past 2 years and I want it to work. Will we get through? I feel... Rachel, can you please pop that in the question thing before it disappears for me so that I can tune back into it in a moment because I just got distracted by the other question. Just one moment. Creative Soul, can you speak to the collective rage? It doesn't belong to us. How do we best hold love to the evil we know is losing and pissed? I will speak to that actually. Yeah, Rachel, I really want to come back to your question because I feel that 2020 was like a trigger point for all of that for you guys. So if you can drop that in the thing, we'll do that first actually, I'm getting told right now. Yeah, 2020 was a trigger point. So what I'm seeing right now is that like you guys, the lounging around got to you. I'm seeing you guys sat on the couch. I'm seeing like, you know, what I wear, tracksuit pants or comfy pants. Hey, Sling Hollywood, thanks for joining, bro. And basically the sedentary lifestyle, because you stopped going, you used to be quite busy. I'm getting both of you were kind of like, you're not ships in the night, but both of you had really hectic schedules. So there was never really that time made for you guys to dive fucking deeply into your relationship. So in attempting to dive deep, you probably dove deeper than he did. And that resistance coming up, neither of you had the tools to navigate that, right? Like, and I'm getting as well that like there's something about a 6, which is a universal year this year. There's 6 people on the live, but there's something about 6. So have you guys been together for 6 years? Like, I feel like you're living together, and the relationship has just got stale, is what I feel. This is normal in the context of that's what we've been programmed and conditioned to believe, that that's what happens with relationships. Yeah? Like, we've been programmed and conditioned to believe that relationships become boring after the honeymoon phase. We've been programmed and conditioned to believe that once you've been with each other for so long, intimacy dies and that's just normal. No, it's fucking not. Sorry, there's so grateful for all you divine souls holding space. Thank you, Creative Soul. That's so beautiful. And I do have a question. Is that you, Rach? Yes, it is, Rach. I want it to work when we get through it. There's so much, what I'm getting right now, and this is going to be not easy to hear, but there's so much work to be done for both of you. as individuals in order for it to work. And the thing that's going to be the obstacle or the challenge is meeting each other there, you know, and being open to be like, well, this is what I'm going through. And you don't have to give details, especially if it's got to do with an ex, or like what I was sharing earlier about trauma that happened 6 years ago. You know, like, I feel that you will, if both of you can get on the same page with the fact that you're going to go and do your individual work, you know, and then come back together and have like a tower moment in the relationship and be like, look, the way in which we were functioning in the relationship, I'm just getting chills all up my back right now. The way in which we were functioning in the relationship wasn't working for either of us. So we need to kill the relationship that we had, the way in which we were relating, okay? And we want to start afresh. You know, we want to start diving in more consciously with one another and being more present with one another, you know? And it's not about, I just got the 9 of Cups. So like, I feel that you guys, you know, you're a good match for one another. You know, like I feel that there's a lot of boxes. I hate this term, but boxes ticked. Like there shouldn't be any boxes in the relationship whatsoever. However, fundamentally, psychologically, you know, there are boxes that need to be ticked. You know, do you have the same love language? Do you understand each other's love languages? Do you know, you know, are you telepathic? And I don't mean, do you mind read one another? That's not what telepathy is. Telepathy at its base core etymology is to understand what another needs. That is telepathy. It's being able to preempt what the other needs just because you're in that energy and in that space all the time. I'm getting covered in chills too, creative soul. Thank you. Lovers are presenting as another us. Love, love, love you. Lovers are presenting as another us. And that's the thing, like sometimes that mirror is really freaking hard to stand in front of, you know? Intuitive elements, lovely of you to join. You've just received the Hermit as well, Rachel. So again, like I was saying, it's individual work, okay? Because 1 + 1 = 3. Yeah, not 2. So you both need to do your individual work and then come back together. And I am seeing the Tower card. So you need to deconstruct the dysfunctional relationship patternings that you were having in order to rebuild something that is more of this for both of you. And be real when it comes to where you cannot meet each other's needs. Don't try and mold yourselves to fit one another. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with the fact that, you know, you don't meet 5 out of 5 needs. You might meet 3 or 4 out of 5. But being realistic, we can't expect to be every single person that our partner needs in life. Yeah? Like I've had 2 relationships where one was 6.5 years, the other was 7. Now, both of those relationships were both extremely beautiful, my best friends. Like they were my best friends as well as my lovers and my partners and the only 2 men whom I've considered having children with and marrying, right? I've been single now for a while and that's been freaking phenomenal because it aligned with my reawakening. The breakup of the 7-year relationship, then I reawakened after that. Again, I reawakened in my 20s as well. Anyways, back to the point. Back in those relationships when I was asleep, yeah, I was like, I wasn't emotionally met. I didn't have an element, even though I was wounded and I was asleep, okay, there was this emotional need that wasn't being met in me. And now that I'm conscious, awake and healing and continuously learning and healing, intuitive element says, hi, gorgeous. Hi, gorgeous. You look familiar. Do I? Okay, cool. I do get that a little bit, like quite often actually. Like I get told I'm a doppelganger for someone's cousin, for example. Creative Soul says she totally looks and feels familiar. Maybe we're just soul fam. Who knows? You did jump on the live. Like, if we weren't at the same frequency, you wouldn't be here. So, I've got more questions coming through. Okay, so Rachel, can you please drop how that's resonating? Because I did want to touch on the whole, don't expect them to fill every single role. Like, they can't be the best friend, the lover, the psychologist, the counselor, the party person, the adventurer, like all these archetypes that we have within ourselves. Like, we can't always find a partner that's always going to be able to fill all those roles for us. So both of you get really realistic on what you expect, because there's nothing wrong with having expectations in relationships so long as you don't impose and project those onto your partner as they are lacking and less than. All right? Because that's not cool. Like, we are all doing the best that we can at the level of consciousness that we are at, So, Rachel, I really hope that serves, my love. And, yeah, please drop in the comments if it resonates. Hey, Steph, thanks for joining, babe. All right, so next question. Nicole, thank you for joining. I've just got the questions up, so I'm not looking at the screen right now, so excuse me if I look a little dazed and confused or whatever. Nicole says, I started a new job last week. It's been a couple of years since I've held down a job. Any advice for what I'm doing wrong? No. In regards to you not doing anything wrong. I started a new job last week. It's been a couple of years since I've held down a job. Any advice for what I'm doing wrong? Have you had your astrology done, babe? Like, straight away, Nicole. Like, I'm feeling that you're trying to confine yourself into something to do with Saturn. There's Saturn coming up big and strong. So, did you, for the first portion of your life, try and fit in? Have you had your Saturn return first and foremost? Are you trying to live up to your dad's expectations by any chance? Yeah, the Hermit card as well for you. You got to go within, babe. That's what Pisces season is about. You got to go deep, yeah? So, Nicole, I'm feeling like there's Saturnian restrictions that you've either placed on yourself subconsciously or consciously. And I feel perhaps it's because you're trying to live up to your own expectations of your head, not your heart. And maybe, I feel it's got something to do with dad. Very strongly, yes. So if you were a tomboy and you were like your dad's mate, I can relate. Totally was my father's son. I feel like there's this, you got the Eight of Swords reversed. It's not reversed. It's going both ways, they're saying. Okay, no worries. So Eight of Swords reversed to me tells me that you're in the Seven of Swords. So I'm sorry, sweetheart, but you're shutting down from your heart. You're all up in here, because that's what the the correct way means. Like, you're too much in your headspace of the I need to, I should, all of those sorts of obligations. Does that resonate, Nicole? I really hope that serves. Can we please get there's a Five of Wands underneath. So if you've been having arguments because your Saturn return, love. Nicole says Saturn return. Yes, Nicole, are you in your 20s? Have you hit 30 yet? Because that is your Saturn return. If you have not, that's probably, or if you are having your Saturn return, that's probably why I was picking up Saturn very heavily. But it is the father archetype. It also rules the 10th house, which is your career. Yes, this resonates, Nicole says. You're 45. Okay, beautiful. All right, so you're 45. Right now, my love, you're just coming off the tail end of your Uranus opposition, which happens when we're 40, 42, 41, 42, 43 years old. You're just coming off of that. So that's why they call it a midlife crisis. It's because, Uranus takes 84 years to transit the zodiac. When we have our Uranus opposition, it's like, oh, holy shit, like, is this really the life I wanted? I want to go and relive my 20s, So just coming off the other side of a Uranus opposition, what have you learned in the last 2 or 3 years, love, about yourself? Yeah. And I feel like not just grounding meditation, but like heart-based meditations where you sit there like with your hands on your heart and you breathe into that space, laying down preferably at first, or laying back in the chair with your hands on your heart, okay, so that you can stop the thoughts. And one of the best ways to do that is by dropping your head forward like this, on your neck on that sort of, can you see? Yeah, your neck on this sort of angle. It's what yogis teach, because it actually stops the mental mind chatter. So, all right, give us a clarifier, please, guides, for what will help Nicole move forward from this. Yeah, 4 of Swords, you've got to go inwards, my love. You got the Hermit as well. So this is all clarifying about dropping down into your heart and really getting honest with yourself about what makes you happy. And to sound so cliche, like what lights you the fuck up? You know, I love saying that, but like everyone says it these days, so I don't, yeah. What lights you up, you know? And they're telling me as well, there's heavy Libra, yeah, 5 of Swords. You've got all swords except for the Hermit card, but that is Virgo and Mercury, yeah? And it was also the higher perspective, because the Hermit is Merlin, like goes, like for me, it reminds me of a Merlin or Merlin with the staff, and goes to the top of the mountain for a macro perspective, yeah? So where have you been placing obligations on yourself? I really hope that serves, my love. Please drop in the comments if it does. And everyone who has been asking questions, like, you're allowed to ask a clarifying question if you need them, okay? Rachel says, I remember seeing you at the local RSL. Ah, you told me that a so-called friend was going to turn on me, and it happened a week later. Oh my God, no way. Oh, wow. That's like, I'm sorry. I'm blown away, like that it happened so quickly is why I'm in shock. But thank you so much for dropping the confirmation, Rachel. Wow. Which RSL was this at? I'm really interested because I've done a few RSLs. Nicole says, yes, this is helpful. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for joining us live, and I hope that you hang out. Yeah. Rachel said, for the best mate. Yeah, I'm sure it was. It always is, really. Ararat! Oh my goodness gracious, that was such a long time ago. 2018 or 2019? I remember that one because I hit a deer with my car on the way, because I stayed just outside of Ararat in a beautiful cabin in the hills. Anyways, I hit a deer on my way. I was mortified. I cried on the side of the road for like half an hour. 2018 it was, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. So there is another question in here. Creative Soul, apologies. I almost forgot that there was another one waiting in here. All right, so let me shuffle the deck for you and I'll tune in. Creative Soul. You've been doing this work for about 7 or 8 years, haven't you? Like this sort of work. I don't know if you do cards, but your frequency of consciousness fluctuates between 5 and 700 most of the time, like 5 and 7. They're telling me the only time it dips into fear is with money matters. Creative Soul says my man is 6 months younger than my oldest son. I've never experienced such a powerful love. Is he love or distraction from my soul purpose? Oh, that's juicy. I love it. For 30 years. So what's been happening in the last 7 or 8 years then? because that's what I was picking up on. But that's, all right. I am regretfully going to use a phrase which I try and avoid just because of all the trash talk and absolute rubbish and enabling of abusive narcissistic relationships that this title has lent toward. However, there has been rumor with regards to relationships of a twin flame energy, okay? Energy is what I'm saying, twin flame energy. I'm not buying into any of the dogma surrounding any of it right now. And I'm feeling to be very specific with these words for you. So you must already think that he's your twin. Or maybe you're curious if he is. There's been a rumor that there has been a large age gap between twins who are coming together soon. However, I have some questions for you. I'm going to pull cards. When is vital, right? When did he come into your reality? And when did it start getting sexual or romantic? Those I need to know those questions to be able to give you an accurate reading. Can I please have some cards for Creative Soul with regards to this younger man? Also, they're telling me as well he's triggering you because of your age. You don't feel like that you deserve somebody as good looking as him because you're worried about the age of your vessel. Stop that shit. May 2020 and then August 2020. Very interesting. I got the Lovers card come out, just FYI. It's a decision time. It is a 6 as well. May 2020, then August 2020. So, and I'm guessing that's when you met and then it got romantic by August. Yeah, okay, cool. Got you. April, May 2020. There was something going on with Neptune then as well. Why are you LOLing me, Creative Soul? I'm just trying to think astrologically because I haven't seen your chart. May of 2020, Saturn had in March left Capricorn on the 23rd of March and entered Aquarius. However, then it retrograded. So it would have been during a Saturn retrograde in May of 2020 that you met. And also, May of 2020 was really active because you had the Venus retrograde in Gemini, which took you back to 2012. You had the North Node move from Cancer and South Node Capricorn to North Node Gemini and South Node Sagittarius. You had Jupiter retrograding in the June, August of 2020. We actually met 4 years earlier, but just in passing. Did you meet at a New Year's Eve party in 2015, 2016? Hi, Harry. Thank you for joining. August of 2020. So you would have had a majority of the planets still retrograde. August of 2020, was there a Mercury no, there wasn't a Mercury retrograde in August of 2020, they're telling me. However, Venus may have still been in its shadow. No, I served him coffee at a cafe. Oh, that's so cute. I like that. All right, give us some cards. They are saying the astrology is important. It must be in relation to your personal chart, though. Yeah, 7 of Cups. So you're really quite content and you're not sure whether or not you want to expend energy on him or not. If he is a distraction, just start, I guess, treating him as such in regards to not being nasty or anything like that, but prioritize your soul purpose over him instead of stopping your life and waiting on him. Because this Seven of Cups is like, I'm really focused on getting my shit sorted here. Because in each of these cups represents an element, an aspect of your own life. And yes, it does pertain to opportunity. I feel totally, she says. I don't know which part you're resonating with. I got another question too. Beautiful. Thank you so much, whoever dropped that in. I'll be right with you. So if you're working on your business, you're working on like a move, you're redefining yourself and your own identity of what it is to be spiritual, I'm hearing, and what that looks like to you, and getting comfortable in your own skin while I look at the dragon here. Chiron in Aries is playing out big time. Yeah. You have to start loving on your body a lot and realizing that you are ever evolving with the snake here. Like, you know, I woke up one day during January or February of this year, and it was like overnight I started to get like dimples of cellulite on my thighs, and I started to put on weight. And I've never put on weight in my life. I could eat like a horse. But, you know, I'm going to be 40 this year. And so, you know, my belly started to get a little fuller, and I've started to put on a little bit of weight around my bum and my hips again. Hi, Maria and Solar Twins. Thank you so much for joining me. It's so love that you guys are here. I feel with the snake and the dragon, okay, those are like going to be really powerhouse energies and levels of consciousness to tap into, what we call shamanic medicine, yeah? Especially with the snake shedding its skin. I'm just getting covered in chills. They've just drawn me back to this card right now. Creative Soul says 40 plus is so good. Yeah, I know. I am really like, I've got white hair coming through, and I'm undecided as whether or not I'm going to grow it out yet, or whether I have to wait for more to come through. Thank you, Solar Twins. She says I'm hot. Thank you. Look how shy and stupid I get. Come on, Virgos don't feel 40. No, we don't. I still sometimes feel like I'm 23. Sometimes I feel like I'm 27, 28. And I'm like, whatever. I feel how I feel. So they drew me back to this card. Creative Soul, my love. They're warning me for you to notice where there's any patterns of him having codependency with regards to mother issues. So what is your attachment style? Nicole says, I still feel 25. Whoop, whoop. Yep. Seriously, we're aging ourselves backwards these days. You can't see me, but I've got my hands up like, I'm like, yep. What is your attachment style? And how is the relationship flowing? If it's been going since August 2020, are there like separation periods and then it's come back together? Are you triggering one another for deeper healing? Are you even in the same location? Night, Rachel, thank you so much for your question, my love, and I hope it served. I'll catch you next week, maybe, if you want. I'm really... I still have 20 minutes left. Okay, so I've got to get to the next question. They're talking to me about attachment styles. So are you triggering one another in that sense? To dive deeper into the way in which you relate? Teal Swan's got some amazing stuff. I have never been attached to anyone. You sound very Aquarian. I'm loving it because my moon just progressed to Aquarius. And I'm feeling that because Aquarius is my 7th house natally. So good, Creative Soul says. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor. Yeah. So I don't mean, okay. Okay, yeah, cool. 100 Creative Soul says. Yeah, so attachment styles. Yeah. Avoidant. What are they? I don't even know the name of them because I know that mine is the combination one. Like avoidant, anxious. Yeah, that's mine. That's what the wound I've been healing for the last 5-6 months. Working through that. You're a double Aquarius. Yep. I knew it straight away. I've never been attached to anything. What are you talking about? I don't have feelings. I will hide them and tell nobody until I am ready, if at all. How do I feel? I feel numb. That's how I feel. What are you talking about? Feelings. Sling Hollywood's a double Aquarius. There you go. All right, give us a wrap-up card for Creative Soul. Thank you. Putting a bow on it with the Judgment card. Came out reversed though, gotta admit. Is it reversed? Gave me a no straight away. All right, tell me then, what am I looking at here? Okay, I have a really cheeky guide. Creative Soul says, love, that was so accurate. Thank you so much. Thank you, I really appreciate it. It's, yeah, I love doing this, honestly. I just got told you've got a nice butt from my cheeky guide, Artie Lou. So if you're worried about your butt, don't worry about your butt. Yeah, that's enough of that. Thank you. Yes. I know. We're doing it later. I got 2 more questions to do. Bring it through for me, please. Why is the Judgment card here? Oh, with the Ace of Swords underneath as well. That's, yep, thank you. They said you have already worked it out, but you keep, oh, maybe that's why Creative Soul says, I love my butt. Maybe that's why Artie Lou was complimenting you. That's my guide who was like, you've got a nice butt. So, don't doubt yourself is what I want to say. Those are your wrap-up messages. Yeah. Thank you so much, Creative Soul. It was amazing. Please drop questions in the box down below because I got 2 to go through and I have just under 10 minutes. My maths is terrible, really. I'm so out of practice. Steph, general question. Thanks for dropping a question, babe. General question. Anything good coming up for Leos? Seems all Leos have been going through a lot. Well, absolutely. What is your Leo in the 5th house? I can't remember. And see, I'm trying to remember, so don't worry about it. I'll just channel. General message for Leos because they're going through a lot. Yep, okay, horoscope style. You got Aquarius going through your 7th right now. That has been really tricky. You're going to have Mars and Venus entering in there tomorrow. So expect there to be a bit of a shake-up. They're telling me that, like, you're finding it difficult to balance between yourself and what you want in others for relationships. But it's also like you're compromising. It's like, come and meet me where I'm at or not at all. Like, you know, so maybe you need some flexibility. With, you know, and maybe if you are too rigid as a Leo, maybe you need to open your horizons a little bit more. Like, do some research into or even just channeling the energy of Uranus to be like, you know what? There's not the fork in the road. There's not only 2 options, right? There's not only 2 options. Creative Soul says, it's recently gotten thicker and I'm so happy about it. Many hugs. Thank you, sweetheart. You're so welcome, beautiful. Thank you again, sister. Your gift is precious and you are the best giggler. Oh, thank you so much. See how I tried not to giggle? So, Steph, yeah, okay. So all Leos, sun and rising, Uranus, Aquarius in your 7th, okay? Channel the energy of Uranus. Uranus is the Tower card. It's unpredictability. There's not a fork in the road. That's what I was about to say. There's not a fork in the road. You don't have just 2 options, ever. Like, turn around. You have 360 degrees worth of options. Stop trying to pigeonhole yourself, especially if it's got to do with the past, right? That's what I used to do in the past. That's dead. That's the past. It's got nothing to do with where you're headed. Yeah? So, I hope that helps, my love. I just see like there's doors opening everywhere, Steph. It will be difficult, of course, because you're, as a Leo rising, you're going to have Pisces in the 8th, right? So it's going to be this tremendous amount of, oh, fuck, have I done it right this whole time? Or have I been in my ego either to the pompous end, let's call it pompous, because I'm sick of the word narcissistic. It's so overused and egotistical. It's so overused in this space. Pompous end to the self-deprecating, self-depreciating level. Do you know what I mean? Like, where has your ego been out of balance along that polarity spectrum, you know? That's what's going to be highlighted to you with Pisces in the 8th house. Yeah? What else? They're telling me Uranus, Taurus as well in the 9th. So it's like reassessing, do what you have in your possession, does it really reflect who you are? There's something about that coming up as well for Leos. All right, so K-Rock, I hope that helps, Steph. I'll just check the comments to see. Steph says, I have Pisces rising to my Leo Sun and Mars, Venus. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. Yeah, Pisces rising. So Virgo, your Leo 6th house. Yeah, so that's where the structure's coming in. Like, stop trying to be so segmented. And your Gemini moon, I think that's in the 12th house. Wasn't it? No, sorry, I lie. If you're a Pisces rising. Pardon me. Don't know what I was thinking there. I'm picking up a lot of 12th house energy from you, though, because of the Pisces, I'm guessing. The Gemini moon is going to play games with your Pisces rising. Yeah, you need to get a plan, babe. Start focusing on what you want and write it down. Start writing. When you overthink, you write. When you're underthinking, you consume content, whether it be audiobooks, YouTube videos, or lives like this, or, you know, sitting in front of Netflix and just chilling out, you know? So, it's 10:13. So now I have just 12 minutes left. K-Rock. So anybody who has any final questions, please drop it in the chat and I will answer it in speedy time. K-Rock, any messages for me? I can't think of something specific, but I woke up at 5 a.m. and saw this. I like this. Open. Let's see what comes through. What do we have for K-Rock, please? What does K-Rock need to know? K-Rock. 10 of Wands. You're shifting focus, but at the same time, the reason in which you're doing so is because you're trying to find out ways in which you can take on more responsibility to get more done. However, they're telling me not to overload yourself. Like, don't overload yourself. Small bites of that massive to-do list. Yes. What else does K-Rock need to hear? Ooh, you had 2 fall out. The Page of Wands. So as I was saying, good night, Binks. Thank you so much for being here, my love. Thank you. Sweet dreams. Happy astrals. Page of Wands came out and the 9 of Wands as well, okay? So again, like you're assessing all of the efforts that you've put in, probably in most of the aspects of your life. Potentially more to do with the 10th house. So, K-Rock. Yeah, they're really drawing me to the Page of Wands, love. So as I was saying with the 10 of Wands, switch in focus. Okay. And don't overload yourself like you did last time. See how the eyes of the page are facing upwards to the fresh green. So what brand new ideas have you been having flying through your head that you want to start creating? You know, because I feel this 9 of Wands is like a check mark for you, is the word they're giving me now. It's like, have I got all of the things in place that I need in order for this? So this revision time is really quite normal, considering we're wrapping up Pisces season or we're about to hit the equinox. Yeah. I would say don't put too much pressure on yourself and don't put too much on your plate. And really, they're telling me about your energy right now. Just one moment. Because I'm feeling like I'm feeling erratic, all right? So I feel like I might need to go for a walk, or I need to dance or something like that. Yeah. Steph says, I'd rather be outdoors and out about doing things because I can't sit still at home. Mm-hmm. That's why you need grounding. I think that came up last time for you too, didn't it? Yeah. So K-Rock, I hope that helps. Please drop it in the comments if it resonates. And if anybody else has any questions, I still have about just under 10 minutes to go. Sling Hollywood, brother, how are you? How are you? One question. Main thing to look forward to for Aquarius. Are you a moon Venus or are you a sun moon? Near the ocean, Steph. You're right by it. Yes, good work. Good advice, Sling. Main thing to look forward to for Aquarius. Well, tomorrow, the Venus and Mars conjunction, the do-si-do back and forth, they're dancing. They're both ingressing together into Aquarius tomorrow. That's beautiful. And then we're going to see the sun cross Pisces, Neptune in Pisces as well, which is also beneficial because it's resetting for us, right? But I'll go into that on High Vibe after this. I'm going to record for High Vibe after this one. Just checking the time. Chariot card. Sling. All right, general questions for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know, please? For all general questions. Yeah, I didn't think your moon was Aquarius, Sling. Queen of Swords. Look to the higher perspective. I'm not going to pull a card for Putin, Solar Twins. No, I'm not doing that. I've stopped doing research into all of that because it's just doing my head in, to be honest. It was, and that's why I stepped away from it. Queen of Swords for Aquarius. The good news coming in for this means that you're going to have absolute clarity soon. You're going to be able to see with negative capability which way you need to move forward. Negative capability is not knowing how or why, but it's just because I'm pulled to do that. Yeah, negative capability, aka complete faith and trust in that your soul, your higher self, your God, whomever you resonate with, and all of that sort of lark, whatever you want to call it, is pulling you in the right direction. Sling Hollywood says smoke and mirrors to my comment about everything going on. Absolutely, dude. And the devil is the underlying energy for the Aquarius pull, with the Nine of Swords, so Capricorn energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel that for Aquarians who are broke, and didn't this come up in, K-Rock says, yes, thank you. Beautiful. And Creative Soul says, distractions pull us away from creating a world we love. Exactly. Inner love, superpowers to all. That's exactly right. So this here, like, I feel like debts that need to be paid, I'm getting other people's money, even though this is Capricorn, right? I'm getting that debts that need to be paid will be paid soon. You just got to work out where and who deserves the money first. Yeah? Because you got Capricorn, you got the Devil card and the Lovers card out here as well. So maybe, just maybe, if you don't really have just enough right now and you're not really giving a shit about paying it off either, I'm getting that sort of vibe as well. It's just like, well, do I really have to, man? Like, fuck. Like, where am I supposed to pull this money from? Like a rabbit out of my hat? If you getting contractual stuff coming up with the Lovers and the Devil card coming out, okay, this is business contract read for me when both of these come out. So debt help, debt consolidation, not refinancing, especially if you don't have an income, but more about getting on the phone, taking the bull by the goddamn horns. I know it's not a bull, it's a goat. Anyway, taking the bull by the horns and being like, yo, this is the shit I'm going through right now. How am I supposed to get to this when this is happening? Which is causing me to be like this. Five of Swords. So try and get something put in place where they can give you a reprieve on the repayments due. To all Aquariuses out there. Yes. Yes. And start prioritizing yourself. I think Creative said that as well. Horns, yes. Crank on it. Exactly. Steph says it reminds me of that song by Friends in a trio becoming the bull. Oh, I don't know that song, but you just gave me visual of Artax in the swamp. So it's like, if it's dead, let it go. You know, but get real with it as well. Face the fucking devil. Grab the bull by the horns, old adage goes. Yeah, it does. Ruby girl, you're jumping on in the last 2 minutes. Thank you for being here, everybody. I want to wrap up correctly before it cuts me off. This is coming back out as well, so like, you know, look your shadows dead in the face. This is the end of Pisces season, right? So take control of your destiny is what I want to say. Les, I'm just closing up, brother, before it cuts off. So anybody who would like a personalized astrology reading and all that sort of thing, or tarot reading, grand rising to you, Ruby girl. Mwah. Please check out the link in my bio. Please follow me over at Alchemy with Amanda _official if you're coming across this replay. That's where this is normally held. I would love to do consultations for you. I've discounted my store for indefinitely because of just everything going on right now. I can't justify the prices that I was charging. I want to be able to help people. I'd rather have my calendar full and helping people than not. So there's also recorded content. The cheapest store item is a recorded meditation to ground yourself for $3.33 US. Right through to $288, I think, is my astrology consult now, for a recorded. Lovely seeing you too, Sling. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone again, and I will catch you next Sunday. Have a beautiful evening. Bye.